The United States, a land of freedom, opportunity, and a blend of diverse religions and cultures. The Muslim community has been part of this nation for centuries, yet for many, it remains a mystery. Today, we uncover that mystery. This documentary is not just a story of history, it is a journey of courage, resilience, faith, and community. We will explore how Muslims first arrived in America, their struggles, the growth of their communities, the challenges they faced, and their contributions. This journey will show the power of faith and perseverance passed down from generation to generation. This story also highlights the sacrifices and silent voices of history who preserved their culture and religion through the ages. When we think of the first Muslims, we honor their courage and determination, keeping their faith strong in difficult times. This documentary will take us on a path where every prayer, every struggle, and every effort served as a guiding light. Chapter 1: Arrival of the First Muslims. The history of Muslims in America dates back nearly 4 centuries. Many African Muslims were brought to the country as slaves. They sought to preserve their faith, language, and culture despite living under extreme hardship. They found small, secret spaces to perform prayers, and every act of worship became a symbol of freedom for the soul. Even in the chains of slavery, their faith remained unshaken, passing down through families and communities over generations. Their courage was not only for themselves, but also a lesson for future generations. Although invisible in society, the first Muslims contributed to agriculture, education, and social work. In a new environment, they tried to interact with local communities while spreading Islamic teachings. Even without mosques, they supported one another and created hidden spaces for religious practice. This early community laid the foundation for today's Muslim society. Their patience, perseverance, and sacrifice remain exemplary. The story of the first Muslims teaches us that faith and knowledge are never lost. They endure across generations. Their struggle was not only for religion, but also to maintain social and cultural identity. This chapter reminds us that where faith is strong, no obstacle is permanent. Every prayer, every act of devotion, and every struggle formed the core of their lives. This chapter honors the silent voices of history whose contributions left a mark on society. Chapter 2: 19th and 20th Century Muslim Immigration. From the 19th century onwards, Muslims immigrated to the United States from Europe, the Middle East, and South Asia. They sought business, education, and employment opportunities while establishing mosques and community centers. The first immigrants were entrepreneurs and community leaders who created supportive environments for Muslims. In cities like Chicago, New York, and Detroit, Muslim communities began to flourish. Both men and women focused on education. Muslim educators started schools and educational programs, planting the seeds of Islamic learning in children. These immigrants established a strong foundation that guided subsequent generations. Their communities were not just places of worship, but centers of education, culture, and social support. Chapter 3: Community Growth. Today's Muslim community in the United States is highly diverse. Muslims from many countries live here, yet their core religious practices remain the same. They contribute significantly in education, business, social services, and healthcare. Mosques and community centers are not just places of prayer, but hubs for youth and children's education, cultural events, and social support. Communities come together to participate in social and humanitarian initiatives, strengthening their identity. Muslims understand that faith alone is not enough. Social responsibility is equally important. Women and young people participate in education and leadership roles, providing new direction for their communities. Communities set an example of how faith, education, and social work can coexist. Chapter 4: Challenges and Struggles. The Muslim community in the United States has faced various challenges over time. New immigrants had to navigate cultural differences, language barriers, and lack of social recognition. In the 1960s and 70s, Muslims fought for social and political acknowledgement. Religious observances, prayers, and education often became difficult. For them, mosques and community centers served as safe havens where they could practice their faith and educate others. Communities implemented programs to increase participation in society, health awareness, youth education, and women empowerment. This period of struggle demonstrates that preserving faith and culture requires patience, unity, and courage. This chapter teaches us that no challenge is insurmountable when determination and community support are present. Chapter 5: Contributions and Impact. Muslims in the United States have made significant contributions in education, business, science, healthcare, and social services. They have participated in various industries, research, and humanitarian initiatives, bringing positive change to society. Mosques and community centers are not just religious spaces, but cultural, educational, and social hubs. Women and young people assume leadership roles, introducing innovation and new programs in society. Muslims have shown that it is possible to maintain religious identity while contributing meaningfully to society. Their contributions are reflected clearly in local communities, educational institutions, and governmental policies. This chapter demonstrates that faith, perseverance, and social responsibility together strengthen society. Chapter 6: Modern Muslim Community. Today's Muslim community in America is diverse. People from many countries live here, yet their faith, prayers, and social responsibilities remain unwavering. They contribute to education, technology, industry, healthcare, and social services. Mosques and community centers are hubs for education, cultural events, and social support for youth and children. Muslim youth are launching initiatives and projects that bring positive change to society, proving that they work for the entire community, not just for themselves. Muslim women are taking leadership roles in education and the workplace, symbolizing the strength and innovation of the community. The modern Muslim community has proven that maintaining religious values can go hand in hand with societal progress and development. Conclusion. The history of Muslims in America is a journey of struggle, perseverance, sacrifice, and contribution. The prayers and struggles of the first Muslims laid the foundation for today's Muslim society. Muslims contribute to society, strengthening education and culture while preserving their identity and faith. This documentary shows that courage, unity, and perseverance can overcome any challenge. Muslims have proven that they are not only a religious community, but an integral part of society, contributing to its growth. This story reminds us that history, education, and faith together strengthen society. This journey serves as an educational example for all of us. Where faith, perseverance, and unity exist, the future is built strong. The journey of Muslims in America teaches us to stay steadfast, contribute to society, and guide the next generation. This is the story of the Muslim community in America, a story of courage, perseverance, and lasting impact.